was visiting the Ramakrishna house, that is in the North Calcutta, and devotees and neighbors who assembled in that house to see him, to hear, were asking some questions, and they were inquiring about the spiritual quest, how to realize God, etc., etc. Through simple words, he was giving the most excellent teachings of spirituality. In our last discourse on October 7th, we read the question of a neighbor in the book. Said, you read
the Guru. How shall we find him? গুরুর উপদেশ বললেন, গুরু কেমন করে পাবো? This Ramakrishna was telling about the Guru, so the neighbor is asking, you are referring to the Guru. All other things that he has already said, now he mentioned the Guru Upadesh. You referred to Guru, but how we will find Guru? That's the question. This is the word, only two letters word, Guru. This is from the time immemorial, from the ancient philosophy of India particularly, very importance has been given on the word Guru, particularly that life of a Guru. And human life is short, and to know the self or to get the Atma Jnana or to realize God or Ishwar love is very, very difficult. Why it is difficult? Because our mind is the only instrument through which we have to reach to God or the self. And our mind is full of impressions. From different births we are carrying the impressions. And that is why these impressions are mithya jnana, false knowledge, about which we are reading in our Sunday discourses, that is the Patanjali Yoga Darshan, what is called mithya jnana, knowledge but false knowledge. And about that we are not going to discuss over here in our Sunday lectures, Sunday discourses. We will discuss and we are discussing. Now this, because of this mithya jnana we are in problem. Why this mithya jnana comes? Because of the ego. The ahamkara. What is that ahamkara? It thinks that whatever I have seen, whatever I have thought, whatever I have achieved, whatever I am getting the knowledge, everything is correct. Through the ego only we are getting this problem. So the ego stands as a rock, as a wall in between God and me. Therefore, true spiritual seekers need proper guide, and this spiritual guide is called in Sanskrit Guru, the one who removes the darkness. The meaning of the word Guru, removes the darkness. Now the question is, what is the darkness? The darkness of ignorance. Look at it, so simple, so clear. The Guru, he is only one thing that he does, he removes the darkness. And what is the darkness? It is called ignorance. Ignorance about what? Ignorance about the true nature of this world, in which we live, we touch, we feel, we see everything. The world around us, in the world that we are living, we are having a wrong notion about this world. With all these multifarious things, the Hindu philosophy, the Vedic philosophy, it says this world is illusory, mithya. Why mithya? Because it is transient, it is changing constantly. This philosophy, if we don't understand, we won't be able to realize God. We won't be able to get the truth. Now the question is, if we are truly seeking God, if you really want to get the knowledge, self-knowledge, if we really want to know who am I, then only it is necessary. Or otherwise, it is not. The most of the time we utilize the knowledge of God, our desire to know God, going to the temple or all other holy places, is just like a sort of a insurance, a sort of a reserve, something, so that I am getting support to survive in this life from different sources. God is also becomes one of the sources. In that case, it is not so essential. But those who are really sincere, for them it is. For them what? Ignorance of accepting the transitory world as real, eternal. What do you mean by real? Eternal. And what is the eternal? It never changes, never changes. So these 2-3 things of the philosophy, if we can keep in our mind, then only we will be able to understand what Sri Ramakrishna is meant by this. The person who can save us from this circle of birth and death is Guru, the preceptor. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, in reply to the question, how can we find Guru, replying, not all can become Guru. How can we find Guru? Then he is telling in a different way, not directly. You have to understand it. Not all can become Guru. Only the person who himself has crossed the ocean of ignorance, the one who has realized God, the one who is the knower of Brahman, the knower of Atman, can become Guru. So this is very clear. Tirna Swayam Bhima Bhavarnava, Shankaracharya is telling, one who has already crossed this ocean of samsara. So many things goes on and on. So naturally it is so difficult. In Bengali there's a poem or a song, something was there. Shukhero lagia e gharo badhinu anale puriya gel. Something like that. So I constructed this building, house, thinking that I will get the joy, the peace, happiness. My God, suddenly it burnt in the fire. And then what will happen? Like this only, the one person, he constructed a nice house. I told, is it insured? Oh, Swamiji, it is not necessary. And insurance means you have to go on paying and ultimately you don't get anything. That's why it is not insured, but it's no problem. Then when I came here in America, I got a phone call from him, sobbing, Swamiji, everything has been burned down. And as because there is no saving for me, because I spent all the money for the building, and now there is nothing to me. And not even the friends and the relatives are giving any shelter to me. What will happen to me? So like this only. The life is always like that. It goes on up and down, up and down, up and down. So we experience it, but we do not realize it. Why? Because constantly we are thinking, the next step we are going to enjoy. Next step we are going to enjoy. And the Madhusudhan, Michael Madhusudhan, the great poet, he has written about the Maya. What is this ignorance? Shankaracharya, it is terming as Maya. And Madhusudhan, the Michael Madhusudhan, the poet, he is mentioning as Kuhokini. Dhanna Asha Kuhokini. Tomar Mayai. Asha means desire. Constantly we are thinking, we will get it, we will get it, we will get it. That is the very peculiar thing. And without that we cannot survive. Without the asha, without the desire, without the thinking that the next step we are going to be happy, we cannot survive. That is also there. But because we are utilizing that desire for something which is transitory, which is false, when we reach to that, what we get? Again suffering. That is the thing. Nothing wrong to think that I am going to get something in the future, otherwise we won't be able to survive. But when we are targeting something which is transitory itself, like the mirage, they are seeing in that desert, because they are thirsty, they want water, and they see water. And from the distance, not only the water, the people are roaming around, there are camels, there are trees, and there are camps, everything that will be there. How do they see that? Imagining, imposing, whatever he wanted to see, all those things he is imagining over there. And he sees it is true. And he runs up to that, he jumps into water and lands on dry sands. Again he is going, again he sees the mirage, like this it goes on and on. And that is our life. Who can help us? Guru. That's why Sri Ramakrishna is telling, the Guru means what? Guru means who? Who is removing the ignorance. So this is very important. Not all can become Guru. In the words of Sri Ramakrishna again, Satchidanandai Guru. Only Satchit Ananda. It is the epithet of the Brahman. We cannot explain Brahman. The all-pervading consciousness. How to explain, how to bring to our notice, to our knowledge, what is Brahman? Because it is self-knowledge only. There's a direct experience only we can understand what is Brahman. But they are trying to give us in this way Sat, Chit, Ananda Swarupa. Existence, knowledge and bliss. Look at it. Only three words giving the whole idea. Existence, it never changes. And this is the knowledge, real knowledge, pure knowledge. And the moment you understand the pure knowledge, through pure knowledge, the existence, what happens? Ananda, joy. All the sannyasins' name you will find Ananda. Of course, it was given by the Shankaracharya. Because they ask why they have given the name. The name is very important. Because the moment, name is only we are going on telling, repeating, writing. And every time we say about our name, we must be reminded of the meaning of it. Nowadays in the modern society, people's name will be very peculiar. They don't understand what is the meaning of it. But in sense, you see, Namkaran Pakriya, when the child is born, all the senior people, they will call the knowledgeable people, they will open the book and they will calculate, then only they will give the name. And that name has a perfect meaning. And why? Through that, his character will be like this. So, Ananda. The last is the Ananda and beginning is the Swami. Any sannyasi beginning with the Swami. Who is Swami? Means the master. Master of what? Master of the senses. What happens the moment you become the master of the senses? You get joy. So first is the Swami, last is the Ananda. So this is the wonderful way they go on repeating the same idea again and again so that it goes down deep into our heart and we understand it and try to achieve it. So here, Sat Chid Anandai Guru, God Himself is Guru. Now, how the Guru, the God, helps the seekers of spirituality? Here he says, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna again says, by giving him knowledge. The Guru, the God, how they help? By giving the knowledge. That's all, and nothing else. This is the speciality that we have to understand. We go to Guru, we go to do this and that, etc. Sometimes some people, they used to come and they will be on the Holy Mother's feet. They are knocking their head. They will be with the forehead, they will be knocking, and she is in pain. But the disciple is thinking that more I do like that, more I get the blessings. Wrong. This is the problem. We do not understand. The Guru helps us by giving the knowledge only. And what is that knowledge? Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he is giving this. Gyan, Kake, Bole. What is called as knowledge? Then again he says, Ar Ami Ke, and who am I? The reply is he himself. He is asking the question and replying. Ishwari Karta, God alone is doer, the master, the real, are Shab Akarta, and all others are like puppet. This is the only knowledge. The moment you understand this, the wonderful things happen. What is that? We will come to next step. What is this? That the knowledge, Gyan, Kake, Bole, what is the knowledge? That God is the only doer. And what I am doing, then what all these things that I am doing, what is it? He is actually making me to do. That's all. The two instances, Arjuna, he said to the Sri Krishna, the God, his Guru, I am not going to fight. God was asking him to fight for the right cause. But he said, no, I won't do that. Then what was the reply of the God? Mayai vaite nihata purvameva. Do you think that you are doing it? It is all done already. Only I am just choosing you. I don't know why, I am choosing you, that's all. And that is your luck. The more we get the responsibility to do some holy work, good work, work for the others, work for the betterment of the others, think that you are blessed. Most of us will be only grumbling. Oh, I am only doing, nobody is helping me. Like that we will be doing. No, bad. Only thing, the moment you are chosen, go on thinking, oh, I am blessed. Life will pass away someday. Whether I am a very protected place, all the time sitting on my bed, I am going to die. And if I am going to some other place where I am fighting, where I am very, very difficult place, and suppose I die, what is there? Same thing. Better to die in harness, Swami Vivekananda is telling, for the good cause. So that the moment you think like that, you get a wonderful inspiration inside the mind. What is that inspiration? I am doing the work of God. And that the same inspiration Mahavir Hanumana was having, Arjuna was having, Swami Vivekananda was having. So little of that inspiration if we get, the same little thing that we do will lead us to liberation. This is the faith, this is the belief, and this is the true knowledge. Little thing that we are doing, small thing that we are doing, but the same thing when we are doing, thinking that I am doing. In the temple I am coming and all these things I am doing, and then I am doing, what will happen? Like Sri Ramakrishna's personal helper, his own relative, his nephew, Hridayaram. Hridayaram, he was so close. Sri Ramakrishna brought him. So these are the things we have to understand. Why again and again our mind will try to take us to the problem. Because I don't know whether in other places that game was there a long back. In our places we saw mainly the girls used to play. One will be sitting in the center, and they will be rounding that lady and won't allow anybody to come and touch that lady. But if somehow you can enter into that circle and without being touched by those guards, you can touch that lady sitting in the center, you are free. Budi Chhoa, that they used to call. But those who are guarding, they are very active. They won't allow you to come in. But from the outside, if you are very cleverly doing somehow, manipulating and then coming and touching, you are free. Through the games, they are teaching the same truth. Sri Ramakrishna quoting this, he is telling, even the lady sitting at the center, they call Budi. Budi means the center, that it doesn't want that everybody should come and touch. Then the game will be over. Let the game continue. So the one who is trying to enter the circle, immediately others will go and touch him, touch her. She is out. She cannot play that game. Again, the next game they can play. So this goes on. Life is also like that. We are trying to go to God, but our ego, our desire, all there protecting as if the God, don't allow us to touch the God. And we have to go there. How? By taking the help of Guru. And what Guru says, only one thing keep in mind, whatever you are doing is nothing but the God's work. Blessed are those who are pure in heart, for they shall see God, said Lord Jesus. Who is the pure in heart? We do not know. We are again and again reading the Bible, we have mugged up the whole thing, we do not know who is pure in heart. And that's why we cannot realize God. And that's why we say Jesus is the only path and He will save us. Why Jesus? Why should He save us? He has come, He has given us the knowledge, now we have to strive. And we want to depend the whole on Jesus. No, we will do whatever we like all through our life, but when we are dead, you should come and save us. What you have done? Now we have given the donation to the church. Is this way? No, this is wrong. So here Sri Ramakrishna is telling, Gyan kake bole, what is knowledge? That God is the only doer. The moment we get that knowledge, so simple, we are so free, so happy. The moment we are doing every work, but thinking that God has made to do. If the success, it is God's. Is the failure, it is Him. Who am I to do? I have been asked to do, I am doing it. Look at it. This is the beauty. And when we are doing for God, there can never be failure. It's always success. With the God's blessings, what else? The Swami Vivekananda is telling, people who are telling that you have to protect, should protect Swamiji, etc., etc. Then he said, you do not know he is protecting me. Above the sun and under the sun, no power can do any harm to me because I am protected. How he could say that? Because he realized. How he could realize? Tapasya. So what that tapasya? Constantly our mind will say, you are doing, you are doing, you are doing. And constantly I have to fight. No, I am not doing. Who said I am doing? Only God said God is only performing through me, that's all. And this suggestion you have to give to your mind again and again. then only you are saved. And that's called tapasya. What is tapa? Sitting on the nail? Some people will be sitting on the nail. That is tapasya, of course. And you're bathing in the in the winter, bathing in the ice cold water. Is this tapasya? Physical tapasya. But mental tapasya is constantly these. So there's a beautiful, Sri Ramakrishna is telling, Arshabakarta. All that you see is nothing but puppets. They're only jumping, but someone is there, just pulling the string, and the puppets are dancing, fighting, doing this and that. And if the puppets thinks that this is the real, that is wrong. So we are just like puppet. We have nothing to do. That is the. Sometimes we think without me, nothing can work. And that is the worst thing. Immediately God will remove them. So you have to depend on God. Oh, I am so blessed. But please give me power so that I can do your work. So with the power of God only we can perform. Innam Gyan. Understanding this truth is called knowledge. In the Bengali, there's all through songs in Hindi, Bengali, all the places, they'll be telling this truth through music only, some melodious songs. And this is a very famous song is there. Shakali tumari ichha, ichha moi tara tumi, tomar karma tumi karo ma, লোকে বলে করি আমি সকলি তোমার ইচ্ছা. It's a beautiful song. Oh Mother, it is all your wish. And according to your wishes, I am just performing. But people think that I am doing. People think. But I don't think. Let people think. I should not make the mistake. This is called karma yoga. What is karma yoga? Performing all duties and giving it. Yat karoshi, yad asnasi, yad juhoshi, dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushya madarpanam. Whatever you are doing, right from blinking the eyes, everything, give it to me. Just offer to me. That's all. So this is the beautiful teachings of our Shastra. What happened, one can truly think that God is the doer. Sri Ramakrishna is telling like this, that is the knowledge. What happens when they think that God is the doer? Truly they know God is the doer. Then what will happen? So this is the wonderful thing. It gets one free from ego. The moment one is free from ego, the knowledge dawns within. Because they say ego is just like the breeze that blows on the water surface and creating the ripples on the water. And that is the reason we cannot see the bottom. It's a crystal clear water. But we cannot see the surface of the water because the ripples are always there on the top. That is the main reason. When the ego, that I is removed, what happens? It is tranquil. We can see through. That is the way. And one should not misunderstand. Because when we are doing our duties, performing our duties, we should not, we have to do with full force. From outside people will think, oh look at him, assertive, egoistic, doing only his own thing. No, not at all. Inside we know whose work we are doing. Look at the work of the Mahavira. Swamiji again and again, Swami Vivekananda referring to Mahavira. The work he performed, unthinkable. And people were thinking that he is only doing. And he was fighting, he was shouting and against the Ravana. But it is not he. Constantly inside the mind, he was going on telling, except Rama, I don't know anybody, anything. So that is the way you have to work. The moment we think we are doing the God's work, immediately we are so humble. In Bengali they call Vaishnav Binoy. The Vaishnavas are supposed to be very polite, gentle, but they behave in such a way. Inside pura whole ego is there. But apparently, no, I am nothing. But inside, I am everything. That is ulta, opposite of it. Here you have to say, yes, whatever I say you must do. But inside you know it is God's only will that I am performing and nothing else. And Swami Vivekananda is telling, some will praise you and some will criticize you. Some will put the garland of shoes, the total insult. And some will put the garland of flowers, praising. Don't bother about that. Who is praising, who is abusing, don't bother about that. Then only you are a karma yogi. It is not so easy. And then only you can eradicate your ego. And suppose when I am trying, some desire, some wishes are not fulfilled, then shall I go and knock my head and become mad? No. You have to think it was not God's will. Okay. Again wait for the God's will. Again the chance will come. Obviously, surely, it happens to everybody's life. So that is why they say, Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitram ihavidyate. In the 4th chapter of the Gita, the Bhagavan Sri Krishna is telling, like the nothing is so purifying like the knowledge. If we go and take the water, Ganges water or whatever pure water we think, and then eating also pure, all these things, jnanena. Like the knowledge, the moment is knowledge. Sri Ramakrishna, he never could accept things when the people is bringing it with the prayer. Some desire is there. To fulfill that desire, they will be bringing some fruits, some sweets and this and that. He would accept. And sometimes he will be giving all those things, accepting those things, will give to Vivekananda, Narendranath. And other people, they used to feel jealous. Why? All good sweets you are giving to only Narendranath. Why not to us? Is no, because Narendra is inside all knowledge. The burning fire of knowledge, it doesn't matter at all. Whatever comes is nothing at all. Sri Ramakrishna himself used to be afraid. No, I am not going to touch, but give it to Naren. Nothing happens. So we cannot think of the personality of Vivekananda, the Naren. Who is he? Only knowledge, knowledge and knowledge. So that knowledge is what? Mano buddhi ahamkara chittaninam. If that knowledge is constantly there, I am not this body, I am not this mind, I am not this ego and all these, then what will be affected? Nothing. So that is called knowledge. Nahi jnanena sadrisham povitram iha vidyate. There is nothing so purifying as knowledge. What is that knowledge? God is the only doer. Only these two lines if we can remember. One is the line of Sri Krishna, that nothing more purifier than the knowledge, and the another words of Sri Ramakrishna. Knowledge means that God is the only doer. And suppose I do not know whether the God is asking me to do it or not, what I will do? This is a very tricky question. So how I will know that this is the will of God? Then you have to pray to God. God, if it is your work, let it be perfectly performed. If it is not your work, let it stop. I don't care. Then you will see it will surely go through. If it is not, know it for sure. It was not the will of God. But we should try our best. oh, I was waiting for God to come and help me, that one too. We have to try our best, and that's why Arjuna, Vivekananda, Mahavira, tremendous power. Not namby-pamby people. God could choose the all namby-pamby, those not working anything, sitting like this. No, God is not choosing them. Tremendous personality, excellent personality. And they will be going like that. Ko-Rama, so much of faith on Rama, but when the Rama was banishing Sita and the Hanumana, he became so angry. He didn't say it before Rama, but he was so feeling so much pain. Then in one place, he went and he said, someone said, it is the will of Sri Rama. Then he said, Ko-Rama. Swamiji also said, who is this Rama? This is only the Shakti, the power of God, which has taken the shape of Sita, Savitri, or Ma Sarada Devi. We have to go and take the blessings of that power. So Rama, he is banishing the Sita, and Hanumana, who said, I do not know what is day and what is Tithi, Nakshatra. I only know one, Rama. Whether it is Monday or Tuesday, this is good day or bad day, I don't care. Only thing Rama. And not physically, but like you can say philosophically, he was showing, look at me. Then he tore open the heart. There was only Rama and nothing was there. Mere to Giridhari Lal, as that singer used to say, the Tapasvi, Mirabai. So like that, nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitram iha vidyate. Then Sri Krishna is telling in the Bhagavad Gita, in the same chapter, jnanagni sarvakarmani bhashmashyat kurute tatha. This is the one line I am quoting. Tatha means as the fire that burns all the pile of wood. Similarly, the knowledge, all the pile of karma, it goes burnt. You are free. So look at it. And so difficult, because the highest minds can only imagine, can keep this. So that's called, and Manu Maharaj, the lawgiver of the Hindu society, that Manu Maharaj is also telling, Tapo Vidyacha Viprasya. Vipra means the Brahmana, but the Vipra means intellectual one. The Vipra means the spiritual seeker. Tapo and Vidya, two words. Tapo Vidyacha Viprasya Nisreya Karam Param. Nisreyasha Karam Param. The highest good can be achieved through two things. One, tapasya, and second, jnana. Tapasa killisham hanti. Killisham means sin. Through tapasya, you remove the sins. And vidyaya amritam asnute. Through knowledge, you realize God, you get the nectar. So these two things has been given by the Manu Maharaj for the society's life also. Everyone should achieve it. Tapa vidyacha viprasya nisriya shak karam param tapasa kallisham hanti vidyaya amritam asnute. Tapa means austerity. What is that austerity? And in the Bhagavad Gita they say the tapasya physically, tapasya mentally, tapasya through speech, and so many different types of there. Not to say anything harsh to people. Constantly controlling your tongue, your feeling, tapasya. When you are constantly thinking of good, and good, you become good. The constantly thinking of bad, and bad, you become bad. And what are the bondages? They say 8 bondages. The jati is the first. That is why jati, kula, etc., they are all bondages. Sri Ramakrishna, when he was practicing tapasya, in the beginning of his life at Dakshineshwar, he used to remove the Yagya Upavita and then he used to sit for meditation. Then one day, his Bhagne, his nephew, he noticed it and he came and he was shouting, "What is it? You are a Brahmana, you should always keep this." Ramakrishna never bothered. Why? Then he replied afterwards, the moment you are having this, the feeling of Brahmana jati, the Brahmana kula, caste, that gives, I am a Brahmana, higher than other people. Wrong. So you do not know what you are. So that's why he used to remove, to forget that he is a Brahmana. And in the night he used to go to the house of a low of the low, Pariya, the sweeper. And not only his rooms, his toilet, he used to clean with his long hairs. That is called tapasya. Why? And he used to go and take the prasad from everybody's. Those people, the beggars, they have come, they are taking food. When they have left, he will go and take little from that as a prasada. Narayana is the living gods. So this is the thing. Through that, what happens? Ego eradicated. So what for we are here? To realize God. And to realize God, what we have to do? These are the things we have to practice. So that is why Sri Ramakrishna is the wonderful Guru. He is all the time trying our best to remove the ignorance. The 1st January, he became Kalpataru. And the Kalpataru, the two things you can get, the prosperity of the world and the spirituality. Whatever you beg, because he is ready to give you the blessings. In all our gods and goddesses, these two things are there, always. Even in the goddess Durga, the two persons, after hearing about her, they practice puja and all this. One is a king, another is a merchant, businessman. And the king, after 3 years of puja, when the mother goddess appeared, then he said, "Okay, I am very happy with you both. Now you ask, what do you want?" The king told, "I want to get back my kingdom." After all these things, he wanted kingdom. And the Vaishya, he said, "I have had enough of it. I don't want anything of this world. I want only you." He got the realization. He was immediately liberated. But this king, again, ultimately he became Manu, this one of the creator. And so that way we get both. So this is with his telling, the tapo vidyacha viprasya nishreyasa karam param tapasa killisham hanti vidyaya amritamasnute. When we practice the tapasya, and slowly we eradicate all problems that is there in between God and me, and then suddenly I realize God. Here, after this, he is visiting from Pranakrishna, he went to the captain. He is the captain. He was actually the ambassador of the then free country Nepal. Nepal's king's ambassador in Calcutta. And Nepalis are very devoted type of people. And he used to come to Sri Ramakrishna. Politically he was powerful, socially he was very high position, but he was very devoted. So Sri Ramakrishna used to visit his house too. Usually he never visited those houses where ego was there. Only those houses he has chosen. Maybe he is a very rich person like Balaram Bose. He was a landlord. But even then Sri Ramakrishna used to go to his house because he was very simple, guileless and pure-hearted devotee. So these are the things to be noticed. He is only visiting those houses where this type of people are there, and never visited those where egoistic people were there. So those who have read the life of Sri Ramakrishna, you must have noticed that sometimes he has gone to some people only once and never went back because of this reason. Here he is visiting after that he is going to Keshav Chandra Sen. Keshav Chandra Sen, he was not a Sanatani Hindu. Rather, they formed another path, another sect that's called Brahma Samaji. They were more akin to the Christianity than Hinduism. And they were telling the God cannot take the form. So obviously, the formless God that is propounded by the Christianity should be practiced. And they should be like this, the society should be like this, like that only they were. But even then, Sri Ramakrishna went to him and he was talking with them, and he was telling, ব্যাকুল হয়ে তাকে ডাকতে হয় তবে দেখা দেন. If you are calling on God with all earnestness, then only you will realize God. I do not know why these 3 pages has not been translated into English. That Nikhilananda ji, maybe there somewhere else he has incorporated. This Bengali, particularly the Kathamrita, they have chronologically kept it over here, so that according to the date it has come here. And maybe that Nikhilananda ji Maharaj kept it somewhere else. He is telling, if you are tomra ja karo nirakar sadhan khub bhalo. He is talking with the Brahma Samajis. The Brahma Samajis, they were declaring that we are not Hindus, separated from the Hindu, and like the Hindu, we cannot practice the gods and goddesses in so many forms. So they were trying to form. Sri Ramakrishna went to them. This is the Guru. The Guru is trying to go over to them and giving the true knowledge. He is not expecting anything. Then who can be a Guru? Like Basantavat Lokohitam Charanta. These are the words Shankaracharya framed. Basantavat Lokohitam Charanta. The only one object in his mind is Lokahita. How to help people to understand the truth, because otherwise they will be suffering again and again. So he is constantly so much compassionate for the people who are suffering. And how Basantavat, whether you praise or not, whether you want or not, whether you calling or not, this Ritu, that is full of flower and beauties. So like the autumn, so it is like that. His heart is just like that, constantly going on blessing others, never expecting anything from anyone. That's called Basantavat. Sri Ramakrishna, he said that only Satchidananda Guru, and again he said, the God himself takes the form of a human being in different ages for the benefit of the ordinary people, giving the hint. At this age, in this age, he has come taking the form of Sri Ramakrishna, and he is going house to house, meeting with the people, talking with the people. So this is the speciality of Sri Ramakrishna. He is not going to any particular place where he is addressing a gathering, not like that. He is not going to he has visited the pilgrimage centers, but he used to go house to house. This is a speciality of Sri Ramakrishna, this age. Because everything will develop, he knew, but the family will break. Everything will be developing and develop, but family condition will be broken. And nowadays, if you look at these people, in our country, previously we never heard that so much of family, the divorce, broken and all that. Now it is so common. So common. What happens? To the children, they don't get the love of the parents, both father and the mother. That is so essential for a child to grow. And what happens afterwards? They suffer, constantly suffer. So this is very, very peculiar things happening all over. Why? Ego, ego and ego. When a girl is growing up, she is growing up all alone. And when a boy is growing up, he is also growing up all alone. Because of the small family. So obviously there is no adjustment. The capacity of adjustment is totally nil. And always like a business they come in terms. I will accept 3 of your condition, you accept 3 of my conditions. Can a family be like that? If you are asking me to visit today with you, the next day you must have to come along with me where I go. If you are giving me this thing today, you have to give me. It's a business. In America, everything that you do, even hire a boss, you have to sign a contract. And if you go to the hotel hiring, you have to sign the contract. And in the contract, the small, small letters are there. And only the expert people can read those. Something is written, you don't care about reading those things, and so difficult to read also. And mostly in the language, it is not very clear. But if you are in problem, those will be supporting the owner. And you will lose. So that way, this is all business. Can father and mother be in that term? Condition, this is this, yours, and this is mine? No. It is bond of love. And love comes from what? Respect. We do not understand this. Great respect is necessary. Then only love comes. It is not only the physical love, that is temporary. It is a bond actually through love. And what is that love? Respect. How the respect grow? Some of the good qualities when I find in my husband, then I started respecting. Oh, there's so many good things are there. So the respect in the qualities of a husband, opposite, husband is thinking and respecting the wife. So it is the same thing, respect, that becomes a bond, and then only it continues. Otherwise, and that is why in the previously they used to say, you need not to go and sign in the paper, but you have to go round 7 times. And you have to take the promise before the fire god that all these things I will be performing, these. And all your seniors will be there as a witness. And God will be there as a witness. Fire will be there as a witness. But you are most responsible, so that some things will be there which can never, everywhere, there will be some differences, but doesn't mean that that should have to grow such. The Sri Ramakrishna is giving us that training too. And that is why you will notice he is going not in the temples. He is not delivering lecture in the temples, or not visiting any pilgrim center they are calling and the multitudes he is addressing. No, he is going to the houses. And in that house only he is calling some people, small group of people, telling them the truth. So that if they grow, if the house is good, then the human society will be good. So this is a special contribution of the modern age avatara. He is in one hand raising perfect sannyasi like Vivekananda, Brahmananda, Turiyananda, perfect. Very excellent, knowledgeable people, modern minded, they know everything of this world. At the same time, they are having tremendous faith on the Guru and according to his instructions growing. And another hand, he is developing excellent household so that the world can survive. otherwise not. And that is the why he has made mission, Ramakrishna mission. This is the first time. The sannyasis and the householders, they are coming together and working. And that work has become sadhana for both. So in the office, if you go to any ashrama, mostly you will find the monk and the householders, they are working. And the places like India, Bangladesh, etc., if you go, you will find, and the monk and the devotees, the volunteers, they are going to the difficult places and then serving people there, both. Why? Monk could say, I will be here in the ashram, I will give you money, you go and work over there. No, they are also going themselves. Relief work, because the moment you go, work these downtrodden people, suffering masses, thinking that they are God, you are liberated. And this option for both, monk and the householder, it was totally unthinkable before Sri Ramakrishna. Whatever the sannyasis practice, grihastha were not allowed to do. And when the grihastha is doing, sannyasis were not allowed to go. And here, that's why it is so important. Swami Vivekananda said, this Sangha is the body of Sri Ramakrishna. Just note the word, body of Sri Ramakrishna. It is the God's body, the Sangha. And the Sangha doesn't mean only the building. Sangha means the people associated with that building. If anybody's heart, immediately the whole Sangha should take care. Anyone, anywhere, not doing good. So Balaram's wife, when she fell sick, Sri Ramakrishna came and told Ma Sharadamani Devi, my Balaram's wife now suffering, you immediately go to Calcutta. Ma Sarada Devi. She never came out of her room, and she not knowing how to go to Calcutta. And then she was telling, okay, I will go, but let me find some other people also, other ladies, so that I can go along with them. I have to hire either a carriage or the boat. How you will go? You know the reaction of Sri Ramakrishna? Immediately he rebuked the mother. My Balaram's wife is suffering, and you are thinking of your comfort. You are thinking how you will go, who will take you. Go walking. From Dakshineshwar to Calcutta, even we can't walk. And now she was asking the mother, so much of love for the household people. Have we ever seen? No. This is the house. Why? And again visiting and telling them this truth. Sanatan Hindu Dharma is going to the Brahma Samajis. Those who are not accepting the image worship. Sri Ramakrishna, the propounder of the image worship. And then he came to meet them, not criticizing them, only rectifying them. He is telling Sanatan Hindu Dharma. Look at the word he chose, because they were not having faith in Sanatan Hindu Dharma. So here, in other places he never mentioned like that. Here, as because he was addressing them, the Brahma Samajis, who were not believing Sanatan Hindu Dharma, he is telling Sanatan Hindu Dharma Sakar Nirakar Dui Mane. In the Sanatana Hindu Dharma, they accept the both. God with form, God without form. Nana bhave Ishwarer puja kare. In different methods and process, they worship God. Shanta, like the rishis. Shanta is a very wonderful condition of the mind, very difficult to achieve. You see everything before you, but without any reaction. That is called Shanta. Then Dasya, then Sakhya, Vatsalya, Madhura. Then he is telling, when you find that those who are playing the flute, some flutes are having only one hole that makes only one sound. But some flutes are having 7, 8, 4 holes, and by controlling those, the musician, he can play so many varieties of sounds. Your is only one hole. You only go on nirakara, nirakara. But those who are worshipping with the forms, there are so many varieties of forms. They are also same God. So that way, then he is telling, by this only we will conclude today, you are not accepting God with form. Nothing wrong. Tate khoti nai, nothing wrong. Have faith at least in one thing, and real faith and desire to realize God, then you will realize God. Next day we will read about this passage, and very important thing, how we will know who has realized God. He will be telling like this. How we will know who has realized God is a very important thing. Next day we will read about that. Next week Tuesday. Now let us chant the pranam mantra. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa drita vigraham vai Ishavataram Parameshamidyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.